to a very special edition, Father's Day, as members of our family get together to talk about our fathers. This is a Sing Sister Sing entertainment and media production. This will be across all of our platforms. But we're here today with family, and we're going to discuss fatherhood, specifically our fathers and uncles, and just a cross section of such valuable insight and wisdom that we got from them over the years. This is part of us, I think, processing our space. Each of us has lost our fathers, have gone on to glory land, and here we are still remembering them and their impact. And so I just kind of want to open it up and give us an opportunity to introduce ourselves. I'm Matthew Lee, son of Raymond and Sally Lee. To my right,
I am Mark Lee. I am the second son and the better son of Raymond and Sally Lee.
Well, I'm Jermaine Lee. I'm the eldest son of Marvin and Dorothy Lee.
I am Greg Dotson. I am the son of Joe Dotson and Yvonne Lee Dotson.
And I am Marcus Lee, the son of Richard and Nadine Lee, the second son. I had to count.
second son.
The middle child.
It's a lot of us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we come from families that were sharecropping families in West Tennessee in the 1940s, 50s. And then our parents came up during the late 50s and 60s and got married. And your dad was the last to get married. And so he and Aunt Dorothy were married for how long?
48 years.
48 years, yeah. Uncle Marvin kind of had a particular thing about him. He liked younger women.
That's where I came from.
He could teach me. Yeah. So that was like a 12, 13 year.
He was like 13 years.
13 year
Okay,
guy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I think he was the last. Yeah, he was the last to get married. Greg, your mother, father married for how long?
A long time. It was 50 plus.
50 plus, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then Uncle Richard and Aunt Nadine, right at 50, wasn't it?
Right, I think it was 48.
Mhm.
I think they went, before they passed.
Before he passed,
Yeah.
right. And our parents, Mark,
56.
56 years.
56 years.
56, yeah. And by the time they were late into their marriage, it was just a pleasure and a joy to watch them. Love has different expressions. Love after 50 years means we watch TV in separate rooms. We could be watching the same thing, but we're gonna watch it in separate rooms.
Now, that's love.
She like it at one volume, he like it at another.
Right.
But as you reflect, as each of us reflects on our fathers, what's some of the things that come up in terms of the characteristics and traits that are important to us now as fathers?
Well, I'll go off.
And you've got two kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I can spit off on Dad the way he performed his duties. Now, I don't actually do it like my dad. I kind of do it more like my mom. Now, my dad was the quiet strength. I mean, he didn't have to say it loud, and he only said it once, and the job got done.
Yeah.
Now, of course, on the other hand, my mom, she gonna fuss and say it 2 or 3 times, and I think that's the way I do it. But I try to do it like my dad. But yeah, that quiet strength. I mean, you gotta say much.
Right.
The old saying, you speak softly, carry a big stick.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what it meant.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Yeah, I'll jump in. So I was the baby boy. So I was spoiled beyond recognition, and my siblings knew this. And so I would say the disciplinarian would be mom. Mom would be the ones, and she just had a way with switches. In some kind of way, the switch tree always has switches.
Yes, sir.
Right.
An abundance of that. But just speaking of Pops, yeah, he was, again, I just spoiled me. Pretty much everything I wanted, within reason. He would get it. I could remember going to, anytime we would be going out or going in, particularly going to the house, we'd always go where there's a corner store. I don't know if y'all remember that right there at Levi and Ford.
Yes, sir.
And I developed this song because Fritos was and still is my favorite chips. And I would have this, and I'd be rocking. I don't know if y'all used to remember, I used to rock a lot. And I would just say, buy me some Tay chips. Buy me some Tay chips. And 9 times out of 10, we'd be stopping at 7-Eleven, getting me some Tay chips. But just loving to be with him. I wanted to be everywhere he was. I wanted to be. One little quick story. I remember finding out that he worked at St. Joe Container Company right there on 3rd Street, across from what used to be Zare and all of this, Southgate Shopping Center. And I can remember seeing his name up there, and I was like, Dad, I want to be just like you. I gotta be, son. You don't want to be like me. I'm like, no, you got your name on this bill. And I would literally catch the bus, 12 Florida, by the way. I would catch the bus. I'd get out of school, particularly on Fridays, catch the bus to his job, just to be with him. And I'd sit in the office, sitting there where he was at, wait till he get off, and then we'd go to Big Daddy's or somewhere and go, get us some ice cream or something. But anyway, that was just a couple of cool memories about Pops.
Absolutely. What about you, Jay?
My dad, I say he was even though he was blind, he was a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
And, like I said, to this day, I don't know if Dorothy can iron clothes. I'm serious.
We've heard about Marvin's creases.
Really? He can crease pants, you can wash them, you can ball them up. And it was like, Tia would come home, hey, can you iron my shirts? I'm like, man, you can iron your own shirts. You can see, but Daddy put that crease on the sleeve.
Yes,
so, Dad could do that. My dad actually showed me how to fry chicken. And people was like, for real? I'm like, so his thing was he can hear the grease settle. Hey, you need to turn that chicken over.
Wow.
I'm like, wow.
That's incredible.
And it was like, I learned how to do that. And when we stayed at the house across the road, and he was like, hey, we need to take Daddy some soybeans. So my dad actually drove across the road to the field. We unloaded the soybeans, gave Granddaddy some water, and drove back.
Wow.
So it was like he could do everything.
Who was legally blind.
Yes. Right. So he could do everything. So it was like, learn how to cook. And, to piggyback on what Marcus said, I think most of our dads were kind of quiet.
Absolutely.
They were kind of quiet, strength like that. And I knew when my daddy got mad, he ain't said nothing.
You're in trouble, Dad.
It was like so funny because we're the only ones that didn't have a sister. So they kind of was like, him and Mama were like tyrants. But then I bring this girl into the picture, and he hear me, hey Jermaine, come here. Don't be tall, I'm too old, grandbaby. Man, you want to get soft? It was just, and I'm going to share one, I can laugh at the story now. So, Cedric had a little theft problem when he was growing up. he was still money out the drawer. And so, Dad would keep a $100 bill, the little small pocket on your jeans, right? He misplaced it. He had 2 wallets. He would keep the $100 bill in there. So why are you taking it out? But anyway, he misplaced it. So he checked the wallet. Hey, Jermaine, T. Aunt Cedric, come here. some money missing out this wallet. I ain't got it. Said, we know you always stealing. We know you got it. I ain't got it. We had went to school that day. Our daddy did not let us go to sleep. Period. If he heard somebody,
we gonna find it.
you passing out licks, he heard somebody snoring. Even Mama, Marvin, nope. I'm gonna, until I get that $100 bill back. So it's teetering into 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. He had it in his pocket the whole time. Do you think he said, I'm sorry? I found we finally got to lay down, and when I woke up, it was time to go to church. So, but it was like, hey, well, it was one of my,
That's a story, man. That's a story.
But yeah, it was, and everything like taught us to put God first in everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So before you start, Mark, the connection here, part of the growing up of our parents' generation, your mother and your father kind of ran the house after our grandmother passed away. And so our grandfather, Percy Frank Lee Sr., he and his wife, Corinne, had 14 kids. She passed away while the majority of them was still very young. And so your mom took on responsibility of kind of running the house. She and Uncle Marvin did. And so they became very instrumental in the raising of the rest of the kids. And so to hear you all tell stories, how your mom was a disciplinarian, that had carried over from the generation before.
Right.
She had perfected it.
She was an amateur and became a professional.
Right.
And your dad was the one who helped keep the house in order while our grandfather, who was a sharecropper, he would tend to the farm, but he made sure that the kids had their responsibilities on the farm. But he was also out during the 1950s helping to pave what is now I-40. And so he was a concrete worker and had done all that and did that well into his 60s. And he came to our house and helped Pop lay concrete in front of the house.
And the back.
And the backyard. And was moving around like a 30-year-old man. Was still cut up and that's what I'm aiming for in my old age.
He was 67.
He was 67 then.
At the time.
When he did
67
that.
years old.
Yeah.
He was 67.
And so he had a particular methodology that resonated with his sons in particular. All of them, for the majority, are really quiet, sons and daughters.
Right.
But his sons really carried that into their marital relationships, and when they got to talking loud, boy, you better run. If they got a little worked up.
Right.
Boy.
You know you done did it, man.
We knew, man.
So how did he distinguish when he said boy, whoever was doing some
Both
trouble?
of us jumped. We were all in trouble.
That way my dad would do it. He would call us by name. Now I can remember when Andre get it. Andre done did something wrong. Now you know he mostly called my name though.
Yeah.
Wonder why I did it.
I did too.
So 3 boys in your family. Andre, who couldn't be here today. Rodney, who's in New Jersey with his family. But that dynamic I know was interesting because one girl, and so she got insulated pretty good, I'm sure.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And kind of still.
Yeah.
My sister though, I love
Yeah.
I love you, Sam. But,
He read that perfectly.
That's right.
That's right.
But yeah, I guess speaking of what we saw our granddaddy do
Yeah.
at the time we were living in, from what the brothers did. They were extremely hard workers.
Yes, sir.
I mean, my daddy didn't take no pity for a man who wouldn't work, and that I guess we saw how granddaddy worked. Even I would go down there on Saturdays and see him in the farm. And now my granddad and my uncle and my dad, it seemed like it was something wrong with their vehicle every Saturday. So every Saturday there was a workshop. What now? If we wasn't doing something in the field or cutting wood or anything, they was gonna be working on the car. But I mean, work is just work with them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ain't moving or doing something, you late.
Right. Right.
Now they had one job, but they didn't quite consider themselves Jamaicans. Where they had, they covered a lot of territory.
They
with
did.
those jobs that they did. So,
Yeah. Mark, what were you gonna talk about as some of the memorable traits for our father, Raymond?
I liked how Pop was just, he was just dependable. It's like, we never worried about anything. I mean, everything that we had and everything that we knew we needed, we always had that security. I remember one time, I don't know, I just kind of went through this thing where I was afraid to go to bed for a while. And it wasn't long, but when I told him, I said, I'm just scared to go to bed. He looked at me, he said, I'm not gonna let nothing happen to you. And man, you talking about sleeping sound.
yes, sir.
No, man.
For the rest, I mean, it was just that, the confidence and the way he looked at me.
Yeah.
Man, the way he looked at me like, hey, you mine, I'm gonna protect you.
Yeah.
Man, that changed everything. I never went to bed afraid again, never.
Yeah.
And to this day, I got that, I feel like he passed that on to me for my family. I'm like, you can come if you want to. I don't need a gun, because I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna hurt you. You coming from my family?
Yes, sir.
My
Yes,
bare
sir.
hands. My bare hands. Is good enough.
I'm like Samson, man. I'm praying Samson's anointing,
I know this.
and I'm gonna rip you apart.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, you're not gonna touch my wife. You're not gonna touch my
Yes,
children.
sir.
Yeah.
And that's the look that he gave me, and that's the confidence that he gave me. That's the love that he showed.
Right.
Because he didn't tell us I love you. He didn't tell us that,
Right.
but it was demonstrated.
Yeah.
And and that just, man, that
Yeah.
that just did it for me. It did it for me.
Right.
What Mark didn't tell you is that we were 17 when he said that. I'm sorry.
That was good.
No, I think I remember the occasion. I do think I remember the occasion. And we may have been like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
Somewhere around that range.
Maybe been about 7, man. To be honest.
Say it again.
When the house had been broken into.
Yeah, and just hearing the story about that, and then
Yeah.
yeah. And I don't know. I remember this commercial. Young and the Restless. Some woman running, her clothes on fire, and the house that she was in was on fire. So I was kind of always had this fear. So that initiated it. And but man, like I said, it's when he told me that one time, and he told me from a place of love, and that just did it for me, man.
Yeah. I have told my daughter that the most important word in the English language to me is daddy. Because I know what it means to have a good father.
Yes.
And so, my baby is away 700 something miles, and we had the arrangement, Les and I had the arrangement with her, like when we dropped her off at college 4 years ago, that 5 years ago, if we don't get to you today, you'll see us tomorrow. If something happens, one of us will be there.
Right.
Might not be today, but it'll be tomorrow. And so when Mark talks about this position of reliability and dependency, I call it the privilege of being taken for granted. Just knowing that they'll be there.
Right. That's right.
Like it's like I want to be that reliable that the people who love me almost take my presence for granted. Just assume that I'll be there.
Right.
That's the kind of men we were raised by.
Exactly.
The families we were in, families we try to curate now and protect and serve. And so by way of this place that we're in now, it's all the more important for us to get together, I think, and talk about the legacy that our fathers left. But so much had to do with who the person was, who Eddie was.
That's right.
And Greg, Mark, and I, we're double cousins. So my father married into the Dotson family. And some of the sisters said, we need to check out and see. So my mom married into the Lee family. And then Bessie Lou, Dad's sisters, they married into the Dotson family. Yvonne, Greg's mom, married into the Dotson family. So we had 3 layers of interconnected families.
That's right.
And that's just extraordinary. Either that or it was just slim pickings.
Right, exactly.
They didn't have a lot of options.
Get that Dawson clan over there. I think I got a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think your mom and dad were the first, I think, to get married
Yeah.
out of that crew.
Out of that crew. Yeah.
And then I think it was David and Bessie. And then my dad married your dad's sister. So they connected in multiple ways, and all of them had multiple kids. So it worked out. Like it was just a phenomenon to see that happen. But as we discuss their imprint on us, one of the things that they left us with, your dad included, Greg, was the power of music.
Oh man.
And so they all did quartet sing.
That's right.
Quartet, quintet sing.
Oh yeah.
And at one point, Greg, before Apollo was really known to us, it was little Greg Dotson and the Chosen One.
That's right.
That's what it was.
Well, now I'm gonna tell you, it always wasn't like that. So I can remember sitting in the audience. So this was, I guess at that point I was just too little to be in the group, but I knew all the songs.
Yeah.
And so I'd be on the front row
Singing.
and I would be singing real loud, right? And there were a time or two where I would be like, I'm really ready to kind of do this, and my dad would, politely say, no, son, you're not ready. You're not ready. And I come to find out, I didn't really know this until it was revealed to me that and he said, you sing out your nose, son. But I'm singing.
I'm getting it out.
I know all the songs. I knew them all. And I never forget the time, that period where he did allow me to be singing with the group. It was surreal, And I mean, I can't even really describe the feeling of just being a part of that and traveling with the group.
Yeah.
And just seeing him. It was one. I guess that's a thing about our dads. It's where they really become bigger than life.
Oh man. Absolutely.
When they're in that
Absolutely.
moment, and particularly in the the quartet space and singing up front and singing with power under the power of the Spirit, and just it's just beautiful.
And watching the reaction of people.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
When they were up singing, that
Very good point.
that became part of the experience.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because people, like, in today's language, they were wilding out.
Seriously.
Yes. Yeah.
I guess we can't even expectations with it. So, that's all, it's prepping. It's just like you want a barbecue, it's prepping.
Yeah, right.
You're a church now. Just like, don't worry about it.
Yeah. And so, they all had this cool factor. Lee Brothers sang to 50 years. It took, a little hiatus here and there. One of the last times that we saw them together, we did a video shoot of Grace, and I think everybody was all the living brothers were there. And so at that point, only Uncle Plig and Uncle June had passed. But to have them, and this was back in 2021, I think, somewhere in there. It was right after COVID. Some of us were still wearing masks. Yeah. And just seeing them together in that space was just something powerful. And so we got exposed to the greatness of who they were in different spaces. So when you say you show up at his job and you see his name on the building, and somehow or another the Catholic Church had turned him to a saint. Saint Joe. The Pope made some arrangements.
Yes.
But let's talk about the framework of growing up as cousins, but feeling like siblings, because we all kind of had the same moral code, and all that DNA of morality was passed down to us. So talk about what that means now as a parent, and how that affects how we not, because most of our kids are getting of age. Mark's baby boy, well, his first son, but I call him baby. They're all baby boys to me. Renee's boy is my baby boy, so I don't have a son. So when I see my baby boy, Mark's son got married last year, just finished his master's degree. You got how many, like, Greg is married, and you got grandkids now. Kid, okay. you ain't ready to wait for more, I guess. Your baby's almost close to finishing. She's going into her senior year, right?
Should be done in December.
Done in December.
Man.
Shout out to Madison. And time flies, man. It flies. It took you a minute to settle down and.
See, I was hanging around Carlos and City. So that's who I blame for. But yeah, they getting on up there.
Yeah.
Jackson is be entering high school, and Chloe be still in elementary.
Yeah.
But she's getting up there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, hey, it is what it is. I love it.
This would be 18 for y'all, right? 18 years this year.
He over here doing that.
Now we got married.
Well, I remember I played at the wedding. That's why.
It is.
Yeah.
18.
We'll cut that out for V.
It was 18. I know what. You said you was at the church for 18 years.
That's how I got. That's actually how I got there.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
But talk about being a father to sons. You have a son. You have a son. You got boys. Talk about what it means to put the DNA of grandfather, not father, into your sons.
Well, one of my favorite scriptures is one generation. I believe it's in Psalm 145. It says one generation will praise his work to another.
Yeah.
So for me, that's a chance to tell them what Percy did, how he overcame and how he persevered in the midst of hardships. You know, they got married. He and our grandmother got married in the early 30s, early 1930s.
Right.
And they were married for more than 20 years. And she died in 57.
No, sure not. Oh, 19.
She died in 1957.
Yeah.
And you know, there were just years that, you know, we just see just granddad continuing to do, you know, and to be there for his children, you know. And you know, our dad told us, you know, some of the hardships that they went through and how he struggled, how he went to bed hungry at night, and, you know, didn't know all the time, how he had 2 pairs of pants going to school, you know. And he got mad at me because I bought myself some the brand British Knights.
Oh yeah, British.
Man, British Knight, man. So, man, and I was making my own money, allowance and stuff like that. And, you know, in late 80s, whatever, when I bought the shoes, man, my dad went, oh, boy, you paid $48. I was like, I didn't ask you for that. You know, it's like, it's not like, you know, I asked you, could I have $48? I'm like, this is money that you paid me some. Right. Other money I earned, cutting yard, you know, playing for church, you know, I'm getting something, you know. I'm saving my money, tithing. Right. I'm thinking, you know, you're going to be happy for me. Like, oh, Dad, look at these shoes. You paid $48.
You know what I could have done for $48?
Right, so the frame of reference though, right?
Right.
Growing up in a large family where my pop's clothes came from Marvin.
Right.
Hand me downs.
Yeah.
That's how they survived.
Right.
Like they didn't waste much,
Yeah.
including bath water.
Right.
Don't.
That's some hard memories.
Marcus, no. Well, they carried that. We had to cut that off.
Yeah. Like technology has advanced.
Right.
We got plumbing now. We ain't got to go outside and get the water.
Right.
God, transition.
Yeah. And so you know, it was interesting to watch them adjust to the change in times. And I was thinking this morning about how I think for their anniversary we bought them a big screen television and I was teaching my mom how to talk to Alexa. That was hilarious. She'd take the remote, and as if Alexa had done something wrong, she said, "Alexa, you ain't got the yellow." She ain't one of us. Right. And my pop said, "I don't need that fancy TV."
There you go.
Like the one I got fine. He hardly ever watched that TV.
Right.
But it was because they had, you know, come from a place where they knew how to do a lot with little.
Yeah.
Right? And some of that was so helpful for us coming up and learning how to negotiate the different spaces we were in. We all got a chance to go to college.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
How big a deal was that from people who were just steps away from abject poverty, you know?
Absolutely.
But for them,
Didn't finish high school.
and Pop didn't finish high school. Our dad didn't finish.
Same with Pops, 10th grade.
Yeah, and Pop was ninth.
Yeah.
But he reminded me of a story where he took a field trip that his last year of school, where he came down to Memphis and visited Lemoyne College and Owen College when they were separate before the merger. And he said he told me about how he had thoughts of maybe going there one day. And both of his daughters graduated from Lemoyne Owen College. Ain't that something?
That's awesome.
That's something. And so, Granddad got the chance to ride with me and Pop down to Morehouse. He said he wanted to lay eyes on it
That's good.
because he had heard so much about it.
Right.
Everybody knew Martin Luther King went there. So,
Exactly, yeah.
so Grandpa went down there and looked at this statue, and I thought he was getting ready to say something really profound. He said, mm-hmm. That's all he needed. That's all he needed to say.
So that was his satisfaction.
That was
Laid
it.
eyes
He
on
just he laid eyes on it. He saw the campus. And
Oh man.
he did.
Profound for him, though.
Yeah, oh man,
Profound
yeah.
for him.
Yeah, he told me. He said, you do good down here. And so that burden, I call it the privilege of burden, right? To go down there and represent my family and represent knowing that our parents didn't have those opportunities. How do we take full advantage of that, right? And how do we maximize that? How do we let that speak to our legacy?
Right.
And so here we are now, our kids, you know, yours preparing to go to college, yours about to finish her bachelor's, your son finishing up, man, your kid finishing.
Yeah,
They're-
finishing, absolutely.
Yeah. And my daughter is getting ready to go to New York City and get in the Ivy League school, man. You know, something in me is like, that didn't start with us.
Right.
That's the legacy of Georgia Viola,
Right.
going back that far, right?
Right.
And giving them the opportunity, like that's why it's so important that we show this kind of image of black men being fathers, serving their families. A lot of times the narrative isn't told about how we make the contributions to our families, but it's because we had fathers who did the same. We knew we could depend on them, right? We knew we could depend on them.
If I can interject
Yeah.
that too, one of the things that I didn't get to telling the story, but particularly I remember Dad telling us about how he would hear his dad, our granddad, praying, asking God for help after his wife had passed.
Yeah.
Lord, I need help with these children.
Right.
And you know, when our children can see us in a secret place and see us vulnerable and asking God for help, that helps. I know that's one of the things that helps anchor them. And I believe it helped my boys, because I told my boys, hey man, I told them my mistakes. I'm like, hey, this is what you want to do. This is where you want to do it. I want you to have this. So, and make good decisions. You know, just the earlier you start making better decisions, man, that's the easier your life is going to be. So just start now, man. Start now. Praying, asking God for everything, help in every way. Start acknowledging Him in every way, in everything that you do. And watch Him give you wisdom for it. And when you walk in that wisdom, you're going to be addicted to that. And you're going to want to keep on just walking with the Lord, man. So that's been, I believe that's been the anchor for us. You know, and seeing the goodness of God in all us, man.
Absolutely.
I just thankful to see it, you know.
I just going back to the work ethic piece of this. I count it, especially now, kind of a privilege to see how Pops, you know, really define the word hustler in a
Good
very
sense.
positive
Yeah.
way. And I tell you, it was such a joy to see and to be a part of it. You know, whether it was going to Chisholm Trail, going to get some cardboard boxes, breaking them down, and taking them to somewhere. I don't even know where it was. We took it somewhere, and I ended up getting me about $4 or $5 in the pocket. Same way with pallets. I mean, we would go and he'd have these connections with these folks and pallets and stuff. And come to find, as I think about it, you know, these happen late at night. It's like, are we supposed to be doing it? And I mean, just anything you can think. I mean, he just hustled. I mean, just even sell it. I mean, there was a place out at Holmes again late at night where we would go out and get these just droves of pantyhose. And we would sell, I don't know if y'all remember that, but we used to sell them at the flea market right there at 3rd and Rain.
Really?
And man, when I tell you, that was some really nice hat pantyhose, because we would sell out the bad boys.
Y'all were like direct from factory.
Still in the package. Still in the
Get out the middleman. Talk to me. Yeah.
And so I've had this work ethic,
Yeah,
right?
man.
That I pretty much since 16, Maxi Foods, first job that I had, and I have been working ever since.
I hear you.
And then just thinking about the legacy and trying to pass that down. One thing I try to tell my kids, and my son in particular, he's been through a couple of rough patches, employment wise, and I'm just saying, man, just keep at the grind, be faithful at the task at hand, and just don't give up. That somehow, some way, all of what you're going through, God is engineering life's events. And all you have to do is just play the hand that you have been dealt.
Right.
It may have a lot of hearts, clubs, and diamonds, and no spades, but just match the suit. Don't renege, just match the suit, and I promise you got a partner.
That's good, man.
Right? You got a divine spade partner that knows, that has all the trump cards, all the spades to be able to do what he can do. And that's the thing. And it's such a privilege, even in this space, to be able to pour into him and all my kids, but particularly my son, because he's married now and he's trying to lead his family that's to be. And so I'm just constantly trying to encourage him to just never, whatever you do, just know that you got this. Right. And at this moment, by God's grace, right, I'm still your daddy, right? And I'm able, and I told him this, I've helped him a few times, even in his adult life, and I told him, I said, man, when you have kids, you will never truly understand until this happens, to where you have the privilege of helping them in this way.
Right.
And it was just, I'm pretty sure he felt the moment, because it was a very proud moment.
Yeah.
It's a moment that I know my parents wish they could have done in a number of places, right? A number of spaces and time. They did what they could.
Right.
Yeah. I could remember mom had a class ring, right? Remember had the class ring, was big back then. And just thinking back, I really wanted this class, but I'm thinking back, shit, they ain't no way they could afford it. Somehow, some way. My mom never worked, right? Seamstress, right? And just, homemaker. But she comes somehow, I'm sure she had a couple of conversations with Joe Henry Dotson. Your son want this ring. Right. And she found, it happened, right? And it was, and I knew she really wanted that to happen. And I know they wanted, those type of things to happen. A lot of times they couldn't do, right? We couldn't have like the birthday parties and go to Chuck E. Cheese like other kids and stuff. And so so now, me being in my position to be able to do this for my kids is just.
I always say that we try to make our ceiling our kids' floor, right? So our ceiling is their floor.
Yes, that's it.
And we get the opportunity to do things. I remember my father having a conversation with my mom in front of me when I said I wanted to go to Morehouse. And so U of M said, you can come over here free. Right. And I was like, I don't want to do that. Ain't nothing wrong with U of M. So U of M fine. Right. But I want to, Pine Bluff said, you can come over here, get some money. Right. I said, okay, maybe. But I said, I want to go to Morehouse. My father looked at my mom and said, we got to find a way to do it. Got to find a way. And we worked at laundromat, and so that I jokingly say that, because Karen was in school at Pine Bluff, Renee was in school at Lemoyne, and Mark had decided, Mark got a band scholarship, Renee had gotten a full academic scholarship to Lemoyne, and so they were still having to shell out money to cover stuff. Right. Yeah. And so we jokingly called them the UNCF. They were the United, we were the Negroes. Right. You Negroes better go to class. You Negroes better not drop out.
Exactly.
They were united on that.
Exactly.
But when I tell you that work ethic, man, it just, the thing is, it keeps showing up in us. Yeah. Mark's a full-time educator But this dude is a musician, professional musician.
Right.
And he's been doing this for decades now,
Right.
on both ends, just to make sure that he has the privilege of being taken for granted by his family. You know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Good stuff.
And so you full-time pastor, but also engineer, doing your thing. And like you said, we end up having the opportunity to benefactor our kids in a way, sponsor them in some ways that, you know, just 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it was almost unheard of.
Right.
That's right.
And now we see it happening. And so talk a little bit about being a girl dad.
Well, right quick, like I said, even though my dad didn't have the privilege to work, and I shared this with one of my employees, I said, man, you know how people have 2 or 3 hustles and borrowing money. My life, I said, not one day did we have our lights cut off. We had food to eat, and it was like I said, back on that thing, like you said, God shall supply all your needs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I said, my dad wasn't marketable. He couldn't go get Dorothy hair done. But not one day that she had to worry about clothes, food, shelter, none of that.
I hear you.
And it's like, my funny story, I said, I never forget, you know, we would graduate on Thursday night in Brownsville.
Right.
Thursday night, so they let me hang out with my friends, so we had a let out couch. He heard me get up, proud of you, son. Oh, thanks, Pops. Cunny got the application from Pick Suite. I was working Monday. Like,
That's how it worked
I
out.
was like,
Oh, man.
but like you said, their work ethic.
Yes, sir.
Then, and you know, when I would, you know, work 2 or 3 jobs here and there until now I got blessed to get promotions at FedEx. But it was like, I said, hey, if my child needs something
Yeah.
or whoever I'm with, I got it.
Yeah.
It's ingrained in me because my daddy didn't let us fall.
That's right.
So I'm not gonna do that.
We feel it a certain way,
Yeah,
don't we?
yeah.
I was going to say about the work ethic because Uncle James and I were together just this past Sunday, and we were talking about both Pop and Uncle James worked at Mohawk until Mohawk went out of business.
Sure did.
And so my high school, after my graduating year in high school, Pop said, you want to come out there and haul tires with me? I hesitated. Started looking around like, no, not really. I know how hard you work.
Right.
Even though I hadn't seen it, I see how you come home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But he said, you ought to come on out there with me. And I did.
And you learned to.
Let me just say, I got in the back of a 48-foot long trailer
Goodness.
and unloaded tires for 2 summers.
It's summertime in Memphis, Tennessee.
Summertime.
In the back of a-
In the back of a trailer.
Of an enclosed.
So it's 110 degrees in the
I
trailer.
know that feeling. Yes.
And so the reason he gave me the opportunity was because he was a supervisor. And I said, well, it may not be so bad. It might not be that bad working
Might not
for
be
the,
that bad.
for the supervisor. He might give me a little. Boy, did I have that wrong. Woo! When I tell you he was on me. Like, do it right, and you don't rush. Let the process teach you something.
That's right.
I was trying to keep up with older men who had been doing this in the trailer for years. I was trying to keep up with their speed. He's like, don't keep up with them. Learn how to do it right. It might take you a little bit longer. By the end of that summer, I was driving forklifts and rolling around, moving pallets and
Oh yeah.
and
That's awesome.
emptying trucks before lunch on my own. That's Raymond Lee showing up in me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's personally showing up in me. Like
Yeah.
it's the little small spaces where we learn character, right? He told me multiple times, go back and straighten that up. And it's like, why are you hard on me? He said, because you got to be able to know when you go into places, sometimes you got to be twice as good as everybody else.
Yeah.
And so we find ourselves now in this place. And so that's one of the reasons I was asking about being a girl dad, because it's so hard.
Yeah.
You got one baby. I got one baby. And it's so hard when it's a girl because you're trying to teach them certain things, but talk about it.
Well, being a girl dad it's a beautiful thing. I will say that. You know, because you still gotta have some toilet tissue in you. Because you can't be the way you guys got boys. So like I say, you're trying to teach them. You know, sometimes I have to say, "Hey, Madison, the world doesn't owe you anything." I said, so when things get rough, I said, trust me, I know. Hey, it's fine to cry, but you gotta get up. You gotta reflect. Okay, what's my purpose here? I said, so always remember purpose. I said, so yeah, if this happens in your life, if that happens, it's okay. Trust the process. I said, fine. I said, cry. Get it out. Talk to God about it. I said, and at the end of the day, you can call me. I said, because, she called me when she turned 21. She was like, Uncle said they called me bougie to wish me happy birthday. It wasn't nothing I could say. I said, it's okay. Just remember your purpose. He'll be proud of you. I said, so always remember the purpose. I said, take them with you here. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and she's bantering with graduation. She was like, well, I'm gonna save 2 tickets for grandmama. So it's like, it's okay. I said, it's all right. I said, you understood the assignment. You didn't quit. You didn't let what happened. No. I said, just like I said, and I told her, I said, I know your granddaddy wasn't a talker. I said, but I'm gonna tell you this, that I ain't not sure very rare. I said, when grandmama died, you know what your granddaddy said? He said, God, you should have took me. She was like, why? I said, I don't know. Only he could answer that. I said, the only person I loved that long was me. Mm. I said, so I couldn't come from his. I said, but your granddaddy had a quiet strength. Yeah. When he gathered himself, Cedric and I, he said, keep living your life. I said, so trust me, Uncle Sid wants that for you. Grandma wants that for you. Yeah. Keep living your life. Understand your purpose. Because my dad said, hey, y'all got y'all own life to live. I said, wow. Me as an able-bodied seeing man, I ain't got no excuse. Yeah. I said, so Madison, I have to engrave some toughness in her. Mm-hmm. Because we know how we up in age. The world ain't pretty. Right. So it's like, but like I said, I have to teach her some sternness, but still give her the comfort of, like I said, whenever you need me, call me. Mm-hmm. Like you said earlier. It might not be today, but I'll be there tomorrow, me or your mother. So, like I said, but I said, at the end of the day, I love being a girl dad. It's my soft side.
And so, I mean, we all have girls. You got 2, and you got 1 girl, you got 2.
Yep.
Those girls, though, they got a way of getting to us, don't they?
Yeah, they
man, they just got a different way of getting to us.
They take advantage of it. I don't really lie, but I don't know. I kind of saw that in Daddy with Sandy.
Mm-hmm. My daddy
did. With Sandy and Trina and Uncle Marv and them. Yeah. They ain't never get in no trouble, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We always was the one that always caught the brunt, even though they was with us when things went down. They would sit up here and watch us get a little. And then if they did get a little, it was just a little. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? That ain't fair, man. But I can see now that I am a girl dad. I ain't gonna lie, I'm floated.
It is different, man.
It is different. Like I'm tough on Jackson, and I guess the reason being, of course I'm not a girl. I'm a man. I know what it takes to be a man, so I got to put it down on Jackson and I told him. I remember telling Jackson this before his teenage years. I said, now, Jackson, you like hanging around your dad now and everything. I said, but when your teenage years get here, you probably ain't gonna like me. Now I don't care. But there's there's a purpose behind it. Yeah. I tell him, now I like to explain there's a purpose behind it. I said, because the way V's gonna discipline, Chloe's gonna be different the way I discipline her. But what I wanna create a man. What I'm going to create is a man, you know, and that's what God requires. God requires me to do that. I would not be doing my job if I don't. So, you know, but yeah, it's different with a girl.
Yeah.
But I also, and I guess it has to be a little different because we have to show them, I guess, not to say that we're perfect, but we have to show them how, okay, man, what type of man.
Yeah, look,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't, you know, I would rather my my daughter to, you know, get entangled, get married to a guy who's a hard worker, who has goals, who has. This is what I want to show her,
Yeah.
and he has a side that he takes care of me.
Right.
Just like I
She's
take care
got the
of you.
point of reference
Yes,
to be able to
exactly.
identify the right kind of character,
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
Exactly.
And so as we wrap up, just closing thoughts. Martin Luther King said that the measure of a man is determined by where he stands, not in moments of convenience and comfort, but rather where he stands in times of challenge and controversy. And so as we close out this conversation, how do we encourage other men to find identity and impact their families with legacy in the way that our families have been and the way our family has been? How do we help encourage brothers who are watching today and looking to be better?
I would say persistence, be there. You may not have all the answers.
Yeah,
You're not going to have all the answers
that's right.
because life is a complex issue. And, you know, but with the help of God, don't lean on your understanding, lean on God, because there are times where it may get to the point to where of course you're not going to have answers, but God will have answers.
Yeah.
And if He don't, He can give it to you. You know who you can lean on until an answer comes.
That's right.
So persistence, staying with it. The term "give up" not even in the vocabulary because you have to look at it like this. You got children that are dependent on you, just like I depended on. Like it's like Mark, you were saying, we didn't think about, you know, the food, clothes. The only thing we know, it was there.
That's right.
And like I said, my dad worked days it was sun up. I would wake up, especially when sometime 4 o'clock in the morning he going to work. Guess what time he getting back? It's dark when he getting back. But I know that's a man right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So persistence, leaning on God.
Yeah.
Persistence, consistency, and then the term not giving up. Not in the vocabulary.
How would you guys answer that?
Man, that's again, just to echo everything that Marcus said. Yeah, the God thing is indispensable. I really find it difficult in this day and age to try to imagine navigating through the craziness of this world and in all aspects, right?
Yes.
Financially, socially,
Yes.
you know, the family structure, what we're seeing, hearing. I mean, it's without God, it is, again, it's inconceivable
Yes.
that I can't lean on something that's bigger than me
Yeah.
and that's bigger than all of this. But I would say, you know, along and with him in all of this, just having this notion that it's somehow, some way, if I just put one foot in front of the other, with not knowing where that foot is going to land, that somehow it is just going to work out. To your point about, you know, giving up not being an option, it can't be.
Yeah.
You know, I when I see young families and I see a young father, mother, kid, part of me is like, man, you know, there's some hope there, but part of me is like, man, I'm thinking about the dude. I'm like, man, you know, you got some challenges in front of you, man.
Yeah.
So just, man, hold tight. And without even knowing anything, right? I'm just like, with all of the distractions, the temptations, all of these, you know, the weight of the world on you, man, just stay focused.
Yeah.
You know, and just keep at the grind. What I keep telling my son, man, just stay at the grind, and it's going to work out. It just, we're in a, we have a faith, we have a God that promises us that it's going to work out. It may not look like we want it to look, the path may be up, down, sideways, but it's going to work out.
What you got, Jay?
Well, like you said, first and foremost, trust God.
Yeah.
And, second thing, I think, I know, we won't get everything perfect. So take your failures as teaching and learning tools.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys, okay, yeah, it's fine. Like I said, it's no blueprint to being a man. We have great examples.
Right.
So, but for the guys out there that you may not, and it's very important, find some people to
Community.
connect to,
Yes.
because
Community.
that has helped me so much in life.
We all grew up together.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, just to navigate life, relationship,
Yeah.
parenting,
Yeah.
even just whatever it is that you're going through,
Yeah.
find a network, that you can find this brother that, hey man, can you lend me your ear? So like I said, that's very important, because we know, like I said, it gets trying out here.
Yeah.
Like I said, God first, but God gives us people too.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
like I said, so
Yeah, absolutely.
that for me, and like I said, just be persistent, and like I said, and that's what I preach every day. Trust the process. Like I said, like Pastor does. Like, look, don't look right here. Okay, I get it. I'm gonna get there. Okay, that's an obstacle there, but yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah. You, sir?
Find the prize that you want as a man, as a father, as a husband. Keep your eyes on it, and what you behold is what you become. What you behold is what you become. So just keep, if you put the right things in front of you, and you put the right, first of all, there needs to be the Lord.
Amen.
That's,
Amen.
the Lord. Because we can't, we're made in His image first.
Right.
So we need to understand Him. And when we understand Him and see Him as the Father,
Identity, right?
yeah. When we see Him, then we will see ourselves as we need to see ourselves, and know that we can be who we want to be. And if you may not see a person right away or something like that, but get the examples in the Word.
Right.
I like the father that I see in Abraham. I don't necessarily like the father that I see in David. Not necessarily. There's some things I like that he did, particularly with Solomon. There's some other things that got in the way. But that's because that's why we look at the whole of things. Look at everybody's situation. Look at kind of learn from other people's mistakes. Don't be afraid to learn from other people.
Real wisdom is learning from other people's
Yeah,
mistakes.
yeah.
Not just from your own.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, because experience is a good teacher,
But ain't the
but
best.
wisdom, wisdom is your best teacher.
Right.
So get wisdom, and all that get understanding. Wisdom is the principal thing.
Right.
So get wisdom for life. Don't and look to God. Look to God for and if you want your dreams and whatever you want to be fulfilled, that's gonna come from God. God put wonderful stuff on the inside of us, man, and we gotta tap into it. And He's here for us all the time. So. Yeah.
In closing, I would suggest that to all the dads out there, all the men out there, failure is never fatal, doesn't have to kill you. Failure is never final, doesn't have to end you. And failure does not have to be your future. You can always arise. And we want to encourage you all to have conversations around this. It takes a lot to be a good dad. But we are here honoring the legacy of our fathers, and hopefully your family will be able to do the same about you. Thanks for watching.
traveling through the storm and rain, but God Almighty, He's holding my hand. Yes, He is. By His grace, His grace, grace of the Lord, wondrous grace of God. I've come a long way, come a mighty long way. David said, yeah, the Lord is my shepherd. I'll be a witness, David. He's my shepherd too. Yeah, Father, grace, the awesome grace of God.